The Oh So Lovely Talk Show. The Oh So Lovely Talk Show. So lovely.
For the first time ever, the So Lovely Talk Show is recording this podcast live from HairCon in Manchester, which is absolutely incredible. So we will have people listening into this conversation on headphones, but of course you at home will be able to listen to this because that's how you're listening to us now.
Wow.
So welcome. Today it's a really, really amazing conversation. We have got the incredible Craig Chapman here with us, and we cannot wait to have a little bit of a conversation with him about the emotional side of success. He has had an incredible career, but we want to get a little bit down and dirty.
That's good.
With how he
Let's get dirty.
how he got you there. So, Craig, do you want to just do like a brief introduction to yourself?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much for having me, firstly. I really appreciate it. I'm really flattered. This is probably my first podcast, I think. I did one with Ashley Hodges, who you've spoken with a long time ago. So I was like, oh, I feel like I've made it. Podcast. So my name's Craig, Craig Chapman, for all those people that don't know me. I've been, oh my God, I've celebrated so many milestones just recently. I've been in hairdressing for 40 years this year.
Wow.
And I've had my salon 30 years, which is in Cornwall.
Yeah.
So I'm not a city hairdresser. I don't, I've not worked for big brands or big names. Tiny little market town in Launceston in Cornwall. But kind of grown my career over years into celebrity and TV and music videos and brands. And I mean, I'll take any job. And then I'm like, how did I get here? My career's a little bit like that, actually.
So how, like, having your salon down in Cornwall, having all this incredible sort of work that you're doing all over the place, how do you juggle that? How do you manage to make Cornwall work and then this sort of incredible sort of extra creative work that you do?
Extra everything. Stupidity was the start.
I like juggling with stupidity.
I mean, I think I was around 30 and I decided that being behind the chair wasn't enough. So I was like, I'm going to go out and try and find some new things within the industry. And I actually trained as a makeup artist. Never to do your makeup, like ever. Which is why you've never seen me do anything anywhere. But, and I think I kind of dived into photographic world first. And I just think that as you grow into these different environments, you kind of build natural resilience in your stamina and your ability to work around stuff. And you're kind of just piecing jigsaws together.
Yeah.
Kind of make that salon life work. You realize that you haven't had a day off in 7 weeks. And then you're like, okay, I need to change that. And so you kind of tweak it. And I've just done 10 weeks without a day off. So clearly that's not worked. But I think you just got to grab the opportunities, and especially from being in a small town, there's like 10,000 people, it's a tiny little market town, and wanting to be in the other worlds, you do have to have some grit and some resilience to be like, forget the juggle, go for what you want.
Yeah.
And then figure out your path as you go through. So I have just had a really kind of gentle 18 months. It hasn't been too crazy. Just the shop and 2 TV shows and starting a brand and launching a non-profit. That's my quiet time.
So that quiet time for Craig, what does that look like in a week? So what does your day-to-day look like?
Okay. I'll be in the shop. That can vary between 3 and 5 days. Mm-hmm. So it's depending on the amount of clients that I book in. Mm-hmm. If I'm in Cornwall, then I'm actually mostly at the beach. Mm-hmm. So I'm making out that I'm like, I do take time out.
Yeah.
I think the older I've got, the more I'm like, there has to be boundaries. So I don't work in the evenings anymore. Mm. So when I finish work at like 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock, it's never 5. That's it.
Yeah.
I don't do anything then, and I guarantee myself 1 day off a week. Like once I've got past this 10.
So have you
Don't take any of my advice.
ever reached a point where you've realised you haven't given yourself enough time, and it's
Yeah.
got to a point where you
Literally now.
right.
Yeah.
I've been really good actually, and genuinely, I've started a sustainable hair extension brand called Green Pony and a non-profit Keep Ahead of Hair. They're passion projects. I've been wanting to do these for years, and I felt like the time was now to do it because actually the other work's kind of slowed down. I kind of know what I'm doing as far as bookings are concerned, and I'm not adding any extra in now. So I've just finished Britain's Got Talent.
Yes.
Which was a 7-week solid. I was working in the salon in the middle.
Right.
So backwards between London and Cornwall doing that, which I promised myself last year I wouldn't do it again this year. And I did it again this year. But I was only doing a day and a half, but of course the intensity of that is like an awful lot. And then I foolishly went straight back into do 2 weeks catch up in the salon for all the people that I haven't, and then came straight here and worked with Ashley on a presidency show yesterday.
So I get, because you're saying it's just one day on the show, but actually there's so much prep involved. There's even like the logistics of it all. And
Yeah, I'll do a prep at home.
Yeah.
I do a prep day at the show. So it is continual.
do you feel like that is what you need to do to be successful?
I think in some circumstances, yeah, because how do you climb that ladder otherwise? I mean, it's exhausting. It genuinely is. I am actually having a week off.
Yeah.
So I am, because I've had to put that one in because it does drain your batteries. I mean, I am a bit of an ever ready. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I am
You've got the
naturally
energy.
a very high enery person.
Yeah.
And I do take adaptogens and mushrooms and all sorts
Yeah.
to give me an extra kick in the ass. But by nature, I am quite a full-on person. So I don't find it difficult to grab energy, but
Yeah.
I do see that that isn't for everybody. And I think when you're pushing yourself really, really hard into new environments,
Yeah.
that you're out of your comfort zone,
Yeah.
you're learning new skills on the job,
Yeah.
you're presenting yourself to be hired again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You have all of those areas within all of these jobs, even ones that I'm just done that I might have, like Britain's Got Talent. I'm 3 years in, but you never know whether you're going to get booked again. So you have to keep your professionalism and everything right up there.
So from 30 when you decided to take this on, and then to where you are now in your sort of the evolution of your career, how has that affected your personal life? What kind of sacrifices have you had to make, or have you managed to keep an even balance?
I'm divorced.
Okay. We're here, don't worry.
Get a tissue. In all honesty, I was thinking about this because you put this in your questions to come across. I have the best friends.
Yeah.
Like I have a really close set of friends and nearly all of them are in hairdressing.
Right.
People I've known all of my life, So the sacrifices that I've made to do the jobs that I've done, I've got such secure friends there that they're still there afterwards. And I do think that when you are stepping into going into so many different worlds, I just think you need to have some kind of balance at home that when you get back, you've got what you need, which is security and comfort and laughs.
Yeah.
And so with the little bits of free time you do actually get to top every part of you up. The energy, the emotional energy.
Yeah.
I read something the other day and it was like really stuck with me, but it was basically saying that most people need like emotional connection to make themselves happy.
Yeah.
But often when you're at your busiest, it's the thing that goes first. I know I do that. Like I end up just working myself so much and I don't see my friends, I don't see my family as much as I should.
I mean, I can remember when I was really starting to get into all of it, and my family pulled me to one side and were like, "What are you doing? You're crazy. You're working for free," because that happens an awful lot as well.
Yeah.
You were doing so much work for nothing.
Yeah.
And I was driving from Cornwall to London and Manchester as well. On top of that.
Yes.
And it was almost like an intervention. They were like, "We're going to lock you up. You're mad. What are you doing?
You're not leaving Cornwall.
You're not leaving Cornwall." But thank God I had them there to kind of it didn't stop me. Do you know, I carried on, but I know that my family. So I live in Cornwall. All my family in Cornwall. So all my family are there, and my mates. And I think that's the grounding you need. And And there are, me and Ashley were talking about this morning because I stayed with Ashley, who you've spoken to last night, and she was like, well, you've got to say it. The day always ends. And I was
Yes.
like, yeah, I will when I get home tonight. It'll be like the day always ends. And I say this to her so much and to
Yeah.
other people when they can be in work that they love. That's draining every part of them, but they still love it, which is why
Yeah.
we keep pushing forward because we don't want to lose what it is that we've worked so hard for. So actually, when you're at that point, it's like, don't worry, the day will end and it'll be fine. You'll get the chance to restart again tomorrow.
Okay.
So if you're focusing on something you want, like just keep going.
I think that's what's so unique about our industry as well. I think we're so incredibly passionate about what we do, and it's something that it's not just a job. It's something that it feeds our living souls. And
Can't imagine doing anything else.
exactly. So that phrase, "the day will end," is like because we want it to end, so we can do it again and again and again,
Yeah.
and survive this and thrive from it at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're blessed to be in an industry that gives you so much opportunity, and you can exasperate yourself. There's no two ways about it. There's been times when I literally have not wanted to get up.
Yeah.
So and it's not because I don't love what I'm doing. It's because I'm so exhausted.
Yeah.
Like literally spent, but I still do.
So
How do you make yourself get up?
Well, my dog does that for starters. But because I love it.
yeah.
I think because I love it, and I also change what I'm doing. So I've had times where it's been celebrity, and I did that for about 5 or 6 years, and then I was like, oh, I think it's time to move on. So, and I'm kind of in that place at the moment where I'm actually changing my career again. So I feel like how many industries are there where you can go, okay, there's another part of this craft I want to learn,
Yeah.
and I want to move in a completely new direction.
Yeah.
And hairdressing is like one of the rare ones. I believe it is.
It's so true. And I really kind of resonated earlier when you said you were starting your passion project, because actually, I guess it's something you've been thinking about for a while.
Crazily,
Yes.
I'm doing probably the toughest work that I'm about to do, and I feel more relaxed about this than I felt about anything else.
Is it because it feels like
It's like
It's
this is
you.
what I want to be doing.
yeah. And what's made it now possible for you to do it, do you think?
I think because of all the hard work I've done in the past and all of the lessons I've learned and the situations I shouldn't have got myself into that I've had to learn from, and you get a bit tougher. I think, I think that's something you have to manage with yourself as well. Is that when you're working really hard in lots of different environments, that it doesn't toughen you to the point that you lose empathy within your job and with the people that you're working with, because that really truly does happen.
Yes.
So I think when you add up all of it, it's kind of got me to a place where I'm like, okay, I think I've got myself in a position with the industry where I'm known enough to
Yeah.
be able to do something that actually is about now giving back.
Yeah.
Because it can be very about yourself, even though you're working with others and loving others and supporting and growing teams and going on journeys with other people. I think sometimes you can become so tunnel visioned. I have, where you've been like, I am going for this.
Yeah.
You feel like that comes with, it's almost like as you kind of age, because I feel like it's kind of happening to me at the moment, that you start to kind of look for purpose in things in a
Yeah.
different way. Like,
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
no two ways about it. I think when you spend a couple of days with some divas and you're like, all right, love. I think I need to do something that really matters. And it's not, I love what I do, trust me, but
Yes.
there's sometimes where things get completely blown out of context.
Yes.
And you're like, does this really matter? Does it really matter?
Can you share a moment where something was really blown out of context and you were like, this is just.
I can tell you one thing I did learn on
Yes.
on one job. I was lucky enough to do the BAFTAs.
Wow.
Which was amazing. I was absolutely blown away. And we can be like, we look at other people's work and we have our opinions and be like, I like that, I don't like that. And I worked with Dame Helen Mirren. I mean, it was like a dream. I couldn't believe I got the job. But she was like on a press junket tour for her film that was coming out, and so she had really specific looks for each event.
Right.
And I did the one where she was doing a talk about the Queen. The Queen had just passed. So it was a really somber, serious, and really important chat. So she was really dressed down, because she's like a vixen, isn't she? She's amazing. But she had really dressed down, and she just wanted a little bun on the top of her head. And I can remember thinking, no, I want to do my moment. Little bun, this is my moment. And literally I did it. And I can remember a couple of hours afterwards was like, she asked for that. And I'm like, yeah, she really did. But you know what it did? I was like, I am never, ever going to pass judgment on anybody else's work ever again, because you have no idea the reason behind that has been created.
That's so true.
And I was literally, and I just thought that's it. It changed my perspective so much on the way I look at other people's work.
How has that kind of, that's interesting that you should say that, because obviously we were talking about sort of tunnel vision, there's obviously a bit of ego that comes with hairdressing as well. Quite a lot of people.
Yeah, well, we like to plume our feathers.
Yeah. How have you managed in the past maybe getting sort of maybe a bit of a bad rap about something, or getting not the best feedback from something?
I mean, I am a really hyper-emotional person. So like sometimes I do have to take myself off and be like sad for a moment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I'm passionate about what I want to do. I want to do it well, and criticism is a huge part of our world. And and I mean, the majority of the time I'm like, it's all right. Opinion's opinion, isn't it?
Yeah.
But sometimes it can hit a nerve, and you got to heal yourself from that moment and take a little point in time. Yeah.
Well, you can't really grow unless
you can't grow unless you take that punch.
Yeah.
It's like, I think it's valuable to know that nothing's perfect. You're not perfect. You're always here. You're always trying to develop and trying to grow and find ways. I mean, I think over the years I've kind of taken spiritual practice and kind of taken myself. I go to a retreat every year to kind of have a week's just healing, to kind of to come out of like an intensely busy life where it's non-stop. Yeah, so I think adding those kind of things into a daily life and a daily routine are really crucial if it's your thing. Yeah. It's about finding an anchor point, I think, for you. And then those things, you can actually see them, understand them, have a reflection on them as well, because quite often critique can just be, it's only about what somebody else thinks, isn't it? And then move forward with it.
The Oh So Lovely Talk Show. The Oh So Lovely Talk Show. The Oh So Lovely Talk Show. So lovely.
So you said you've got a week coming off. Are you going to be taking yourself off to a retreat?
No, I'm just
basking
going
in
to.
the
I'm going on a dancing retreat. I'm going to dance for a week.
Are you?
No, I'm going to the beach. I'd love to go to a dancing retreat.
Dance on the beach.
Yeah, I will. No, I'm going to be back in Cornwall, so
okay.
I'm having a week off down there, so I'll catch up with my long-suffering friends that are like, yeah, what are you doing now? It's constant. They're like, what's happened this time?
I'm interested. So obviously your friends have like a real strong kind of backbone for you.
Yeah, hugely.
Do they work in the hair industry? No.
I mean, Ashley, super close. But we kind of stepped into like a world at the same time. So we were kind of, when we were introduced by Errol, Errol Douglas, I was just starting TV. She was just stepping into fellowship and everything. So we were kind of like different journeys, but on this, we were doing the same things, which is how we've ended up working together so much. And now on each other's jobs, whatever we do, we work together. But one of my friends is a professor at Bath University. She's going to be watching this. Professor at Bath University in social services. Another friend of mine is a spiritual healer. Yeah. Another friend of mine works in banking. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So they're all out of it. But actually, what everybody brings, when you get everybody together, because they're all crazy. When you bring everybody together from all those different worlds, it's amazing how that impacts and lands in your own as well. You kind of draw from them. But yeah, I mean, these are people I've known since I was at school. Yeah.
Have you ever had experience with friends that maybe haven't been so supportive, and maybe there's been like acts of jealousy, or because you're obviously incredibly successful, and I think sometimes that can trigger some people, and it's quite difficult. And I've noticed it a lot. I've spoken to a lot of people about this. Have you ever experienced anything like that?
I mean, little bits. I think, like, Probably friends, acquaintances more than
They're not friends now.
friends. I'm friends with everybody.
Yeah.
I hate falling out with people. It's the worst thing, even over something that you might really, really totally disagree on and actually could be classed as like a deal breaker. I'll still try and find a way to
Why
like,
what do you think makes you do that?
we can live in a shitty world. So I think there's nothing that I don't think there's anything that's tragically. Well, not that's happened to me, maybe. I mean, I don't speak to my ex-husband. Do you know?
There's a line. There's a line.
But with friends, not really. I mean, I think sometimes maybe the time away, you know, when you
Yeah.
kind of like, when I've been away an awful lot, and I can get like, maybe there can be a little bump of like,
Yeah.
so where are you? But actually, I just think that's a reminder to
Yeah.
come back and be present again with the people that you love.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing.
There's a difference between like communication and there being a bit of conflicts and being able to deal with it,
Yeah.
and you know, it turning into a big thing.
Look,
you know?
we work in an environment where we're around people all the time.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I think levels of friendships, like there's so many layers, isn't there, within the hair industry, from clients and work colleagues and, you know, people that work within brands and so it, you know, and that sits on top of your personal life as well with your friends and your family, and quite often they intertwine.
Yeah.
So I think by nature we're really sociable people, and we work in an environment where we build layers of friendships anyway, isn't it?
Yeah,
So
we're very.
sometimes it can be gritty in places, but I always think that's them, it's not you.
Yeah.
Is it? So I think as long as you're conscious that you do your best to be kind and supportive and laugh as much as you can,
Yeah.
I think grittiness, sometimes you need to be like, well,
Yeah.
are you okay? What's going on with you?
You've already said you're sort of like this pivot point with your sort of your new venture. What else is on the horizon for you? Like if with your new passion project, what's your plans for the foreseeable future?
Okay, so my week off, I am giving myself 3 days of my week off. I love that. I'm having a week off. I'm going to have 3 days. I'm going to start some work on that. So I'm really blessed that that the passion project is Keep Ahead of Hair, which is a non-profit for hair loss. And I mean, I've been working in that for probably 20 years, like unspoken, mostly in chemo hair loss. That's kind of been my thing that I've done from my mum when she had cancer and she lost her hair, and kind of floundered around the wig world to try and get her something sorted, and was like, I don't think this is good enough, and kind of just aided people along the way. But it kind of came together about 18 months ago. I wrote it 10 years ago, and it's been sat there. And 18 months ago, a friend of mine was diagnosed with cancer, and I was like, I'm going to do this. It's time to start looking at it. So it's all inclusive. It's about every reason why you would lose hair rather than specific. That's the one thing I learned when I was looking more in. It's you've lost hair because of this, you've lost hair because of that. We're doing it. It's like it doesn't matter.
Right.
You know, of course it matters, but like everybody, we're going to look after every single person that we can. So whether it be from burns or domestic violence or trauma, surgical, chemo, transitioning, you know, we're looking at like absolutely everything.
Wow.
So it's an enormous project. I was like, I'm going to do it. And every week I'm like, I'm really overwhelmed because I'm learning about this as I go.
Yeah.
But I think that naivety sometimes is what takes us through stuff as well, isn't it?
And I think you've got purpose behind it, so I think that's what's
So it's
definitely
okay,
going to
so
be
it's
driving
worth
it.
it. So you kind of have your moment, and then it's like, it's okay, what are we going to do? And then you help somebody, and it's like, this is the reason why we're doing it. And
You think within our industry there's enough education on this hair loss and all of the
there's some really amazing, strong areas within our industry. There's no two ways about it. You know, there's some really great stuff. There's so many amazing charities and organisations out there that probably nobody even knows about.
Yeah.
That's the one thing that I've been really discovering. But I think in this world, education, you can never get enough.
Yeah.
And I think when you start diving into, you know, what it is that you want to do, you get hungry, right? So so the more you can get from so many different places, it gives you your informed place to be able to work from. I think
It's good, so it's out there.
yeah. I mean, the education side, I mean, we hope that we're going to be able to bring something like that in. But at the moment, it's about building the network of people, because I don't like doing anything small. I'm like, let's make it national immediately. So we're building. I've met some of the most incredible people that are selfless and are literally out there just to support.
Wow.
And it gives you such an incredible reflection back into what this industry does. And, you know, when you've kind of like jumped off the back of BGT with a fire juggling foot person that throws dogs in the air and you know, tells all these jokes, it's like you kind of live this sort of surreal world. That actually to then go and do something that's like really landed and compassionate is like, sometimes I have no clue what I'm doing. I love it, and you know, I wouldn't change any of it for even the difficult times. And there's been times where it's been really got me down. And I've had to source out the healing, the spiritual healing, and to just keep moving forward. There's elements you know, look back of it. I don't look back on anything and go, I would never have done that. Even the most difficult times they're the ones that you learn the most from. Aren't they?
Can I ask you a question, slightly off topic? I'm watching you now, and you've obviously talked about all these amazing moments that you've experienced, and you're so animated, you've got so much energy. Do you ever get nervous?
Yeah.
You feel nervous now?
Yeah.
Do you?
I feel nervous all the time.
How do you bypass that? How do you move past feeling
I
nervous?
give it a slap and kind of just be like, you just get on with it. Because otherwise you can use nerves as your barrier to not go through.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't get nervous like I used to.
Yeah.
If I start a new job or a new project, it's natural to feel nervous and anxious and second guess yourself, have imposter syndrome, you know, all that kind of stuff. I've had that on every single job and every single thing that I've ever done. I have to stop, have a chat with myself. And but I think that's age and learnings about healing that you can do that with yourself. But
What do you say to yourself explicitly?
your soul is safe.
Your soul is safe.
Yeah.
I think it's really important to have a word or a line.
Your soul is. I honestly believe that. I think that we are here to observe ourselves and to watch what we're doing. And, you know, we get caught up in worlds that kind of take you away and you get yourself distracted. But I believe that our soul is safe. I believe that regardless of whatever happens, I'm going to be okay. So I can have my nerves and I can have my fears and I can have those, see them for what they are, learn from those, but know that you're going to be okay. It's going to be okay.
Yeah.
It's always going to be okay. The day always ends.
If you were going to give one piece of advice for someone that wanted to live your life, become the next Craig, what would that advice be?
Don't do it.
Run for your life.
I would say probably the things that I have learned that I do now that I didn't do at the beginning. The fundamentals is take every opportunity. You know, if there's an opportunity, if it makes you remotely interested, try it. Because you'll find paths that you never realized that you were going to end up on. So, I mean, you just got to take it. And especially if you from a rural environment and you're not in a city or work for a big brand or a big name in the industry, if you get the opportunity to do something, do it. And like badger the life out of people. DM. I mean, we've got social media. Like DM everybody. And
do you get badgered? Do people badger you?
I mean, I don't see it as badgering. I just see it as people doing what I did.
But it's like,
do
you like it?
So, yeah. Send a polite message back. So you get the opportunity to do it. I mean, 2 or 3 people that I met Viv Johns. You know, you know Viv Johns.
Yeah.
That's how I met her. Sent me a message and asked if she could work on The Voice. And I was like, I needed somebody last minute. So I just said, yeah, come.
Yeah.
We've been great. Well, she's a hair.com art team. You know, we've been great friends ever since. So do that. But the lessons I've learned further on is to give yourself emotional time to actually rest. It's the rest time, physically as well as mentally. Find something that that calms you emotionally, calms your mind.
Yeah.
You know, so whatever that might be, it might just be a walk with your dog or a walk in the woods, or it could be your favorite TV show or cooking or whatever. But know it and use that. So when you feel like you're being triggered and there's things going on, go to that one thing. So I wish I'd known that a long time back, because I think I probably lived in a state of anxiety for 20 years, to be honest. And eat well.
Yeah.
You know, eat well, exercise. It's all like stuff that we all talk about, but it's so valuable.
Yeah.
It's so valuable to look after you.
Yeah.
Because I think when you do that, you can achieve anything. Anything you actually want to do.
Well, Craig, those are fantastic words and very full of wisdom, I guess.
Yeah, so much, like, so many nuggets of advice that I think will be really like valuable for
good.
people listening. So I really appreciate that.
Oh,
But really
thanks for having
appreciate
me.
being so honest and open as well. That's what this
I mean,
is
I
all
wish I
about.
could have been more.
Well, you can in a minute. We're going to do
maybe.
some socials.
Maybe give me 12 months.
All right, we'll come back to that. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Craig.
Oh, thank you.
Wonderful.
Honestly, thank you so much for having
Amazing.
me. It's been a real pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you.
The Oh So Lovely Talk Show. The Oh So Lovely Talk Show.
So lovely.